In this video, we're going to be testing out one of the best casting rods out there that I have felt in a long time. Now, Lake Pro Tackle, we have a ton of high-end gear from Poison Ultima, NRX Plus, Megabass P5. We've got a ton of them, and let me tell you, this brand new rod from St. Croix, you heard me right, St. Croix Legend X2 has surpassed so many of my expectations. We're going to be on the water test casting it. We did an unboxing, like an initial first unboxing. We just got samples in. We don't even have any to sell quite yet. So y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a really awesome one. A couple funny clips in there. Hope you enjoy it, and let's talk about the brand new St. Croix Legend X2. Tim's gooning over here. We are in the shop right now. We are getting ready for WeCast. Everything's starting to shift around. Everything's coming together pretty good right now. We just got some samples in from St. Croix for their brand new Legend X2 rods. Dan Johnston did a video for us at iCast, and if you come to WeCast, you can watch that. It's an exclusive video vault talking about these rods in particular, but I do want to talk to y'all about them just a little bit now that we have some samples in. And we do plan on stocking some of these. So they sent some for the WeCast Tackle Show. You can try them out here at the shop. I wanted to tell you my initial impressions on these because I was fortunate enough to get my hands on a couple of them before even going to iCast to kind of see what models we were looking at, thinking about bringing in, because we don't stock every single rod out there. It's just impossible for us with the lack of space. But as you can see over here, we've got, a huge selection of Megabass, Leviathan, Shimano, Daiwa. We got Dobbins, Halo, you name it. And when it comes to the premium price point, that's what we strive for. We love the P5, NRX Plus, Steez, Leviathan, absolutely top of the top rods, but we can't bring them all in. And the X2 is one that really stood out to me here. Overall, you're gonna notice the grip section itself, the handle on the spinning and the casting are a little bit different. They have a little form fit grip, so when you're throwing, you're able to hold down here, really take advantage of the extra focal point essentially. Throw it out there with ease. And another great thing about this is the rod and the blank technology. It uses graphene to fill in all those little microscopic holes, so it's a high modulus, you can call it, graphene blank. So it is ultra sensitive, uses some carbon in there as well. This is a premium price point rod, and it took a lot of discussion between Tim and myself to actually think about bringing these in. So Tim's got a baitcaster here, a 7.3, I think medium heavy. This one here is a 7.3 medium light spinning. Initially paired up on a very light reel. This is the CI4 Plus Xsense B. Ultra light. This is where the balance point is with the Xsense. If you've got something a little bit heavier, it's going to be a little closer, like right on the reel seat. Maybe something like Twin Power or Stella. Yeah, anything heavier will balance a little bit better. But with this ultralight reel like Xsense or even Vanford, it's kind of just right at the front of that reel seat, which is really, really neat. The 7'3", and we're going to be doing some deep dive videos on all these. The tip section on the 7.3 specifically, this medium heavy, is very, very, very soft. You can see here, I'm going to grab this and just kind of pull it down. Look at how that bend is going to be. It's going to be fast, but it's going to be a low taper there, and it goes down.
Backbone.
Yep, right into backbone. So your bottom contact, like your free rigging, your Texas rigging, Carolina rigging, where you're going and you kind of want to just feel that fish before you set the hook, you're able to do that. A little bit different on this medium light. It's a very, very soft, fast tip, almost not dissimilar to a stinger style tip, but overall, these things are ultralight. So I grabbed an NRX 7'1" JWR, comparing it to, that one there. So an 852C NRX compared to this 7.3 medium heavy here, very, very similar. The main difference is on this NRX here is it has a much stiffer tip section just because it is a JWR. A little more similar in action on the tip section would be something like an MBR. You can see here, I'm going to do an initial bend. I'm going to do one here. It is a little bit more similar to something like an MBR in action. I will say another thing, a big difference between NRX Plus and this X2, Legend X2 from St. Croix, is that the blank feels very, very light. It's not a heavy blank. It is a very, very light blank. And you can definitely tell that it is going to be one of those high modulus graphite and carbon blanks. So super, super light. Comparing it to NRX Plus, Tim, what would you say is kind of the lightest between the two? Also, this is technically the 852, medium in NRX terms, 7.3, a little extra backbone, 2 extra inches, kind of.
Very, very, very close.
What are you thinking?
Very close.
Any notes?
And you know, I just think really the biggest thing to me is the extra fast tip on this particular
Yeah.
one. So
Yep.
it's very, very.
It's really fast, but it's really, really
This,
soft.
I would use this. This would be like a really good finesse jig rod
Yeah.
to me.
Absolutely.
You can watch your tip go and get them. So this would be really good for that. Light Texas jig, I think.
Yep. Yep.
But it's a nice looking rod, and it is made in USA. The other thing that's kind of cool. It's a rough. It's not as rough as the graphite rod on the NRX thing. They've sanded it down a little bit, but it's a light coating. It's not real thick epoxy on it.
Right.
So, but it's still super light. It's nice, and it has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
9 plus a tip.
Yep.
I think a big question I'm going to get asked is how the spinning compares to the NRX Plus as well. So this again is a 7'3" medium light extra fast. This NRX Plus I have here is a 842 SJR. So we're going to do just a simple bend test. Again, this is 3 inches shorter, so it will affect some of the action just a little bit. It is still stiffer on the tip section for the NRX Plus. However, that soft, super soft extra fast tip on the X2 really takes a lot of that load. So one thing I can really see this 7'3" being great at is something like a hair jig, something that catches a lot of wind, a hair jig, a spy bait, something like that. This has that 7'3" length. Also, any bottom contact. I'm talking your drop shots, your Neds, anything like that. This will be an excellent pairing as well. These do come with rod stocks, and these do also come with a keeper that you can put on anywhere. St. Croix and Dan specifically was telling me that everyone wants it different where you put the keeper, whether it's on top of the seat, below the seat, on the top, on the bottom. And they said, screw it. We're just going to give you a keeper to put wherever you want. And that's a really cool feature. So when you're casting, it's not wind knotting, catching anything on the blank up top. And also, if you put your baits on the bottom here and you grab your rod, you're not grabbing treble hooks or anything like that. So between NRX Plus and this X2 Legend, honestly, in terms of overall weight, I'm sure I can put them on the scale, but they are very, very close. Actually, we can do that here. I'm not, impartial to one brand, so let's go ahead and do that. Turn the scale on here. I will take off this. So again, NRX Plus lacking 3 inches. This 842 weighs, let's do grams here. Here we go. All right, grams, if I'm not pushing it down, 94 grams. We'll do this X2. I'm gonna say it's really close. I'm saying it might be 96. Here we go. 102. So very, very close in terms of the overall weight. Again, this has 3 inches on the NRX. So in terms of what I think one is, which one would I choose overall in terms of blank technology, guide technology, everything like that, they're very, very similar. I do like how this is molded. I haven't used it on the water a ton, so I couldn't tell you exactly if I like the grip. I do like this back section. I couldn't tell you about this part. I do know for my 902, my personal 902 NRX, I am starting to become a fan of this style here. I wish it was a little bit longer because I like to full palm on top of the reel. In my hands, my first, finger, 2 fingers kind of hold it about right here. So other than that, on the NRX Plus, that's my only complaint. The blank is really fast, snappy, feels good. And I can't wait to get on the water to try out some more of this Legend X2 from St. Croix. All right, we're outside here, And I just made a cast, and I'm not kidding you. I'm gonna show you again, but I casted from here all the way to that tree with minimal, I'm talking minimal effort. And I just want to do it on camera because I know I shut the video off later. I'm gonna cut this in somewhere without doing something like this, but I think this is very important to do. So without standing out here too long in a very dark shirt, this is the Metanium DC, 12-pound line, 3/4 ounce jig here. And I've put a stupid little worm trailer on there. Brakes are set pretty high, all right? And this is what I was talking about the high modulus graphene, high modulus graphite and carbon. Ultralight rod, super soft tip, 7'3", great for distance casting. Here we go. Yeah, all the way across, minimal effort. I'm talking, I barely threw that sucker. Holy cow. Let's go to the dock here, because this is a good indication. We've done several videos on the channel talking about distance casting, and one of the big things with this is going from this point on the dock all the way to that white buoy over here. That's about 45 yards, all right? That's almost half the length of a football field. I have a feeling this will go from the buoy about halfway to the bank there. So we do have a bit of a headwind casting into it, not an issue. So Bennett, you want to go up about right there. Again, pretty high braking. This thing isn't moving. I've got the brakes on this Metanium DC on fluorocarbon, half braking, and I mean, let's let her rip. I'm excited. I'm actually really excited about this. Oh my goodness. And what's cool is I can actually feel like all that energy being transferred into this rod, into the cast here. It loads beautiful at the very tip section. And Bennett, you don't have to, I don't know if you did it in that first clip, but really focus on the rod. Try to get the rod in focus. So focus like on me and just kind of watch it unload. And let's see if we can do it in like slow motion here. You ready? All right. Oh my goodness. That is insane. I might try loosening the brakes up a little bit here. Going a little extra distance. Again, that headwind, not helping at all. I mean, I can tell it's slowing down. Metanium DC's keeping up with it. So let's go down on the tension, keep the brake, actually go up a little bit on the brake. You can tell the fall here. I mean, it's falling now. So I expect this one to either backlash, but I'm gonna try to keep tension when I throw it to minimize that. So let's see here, see how much more distance we can get. And you can follow it if you want. If I backlash, it'd look bad anyway, all right? Woo-hoo-hoo! Oh my God. That is ridiculous. I gotta get Tim out here. Let's go get Tim real quick.
Well, yeah, it goes pretty far. Yeah, I think so. It almost spooled that thing.
Yeah, that's 12 pounds.
I'm past it. Past it. Easy. You could go farther, I think, if you did really free on it, but.
Frayed or really free. I turned it up a little bit. You can probably bump the tension down a hair.
I think I just did I did a little bit on that one. I'm gonna back it off a little bit.
Yeah,
that's more than,
check this one out.
that's more than 50 yards. What'd you tweak to?
I bumped the brake down to like half.
You're beyond. You're like over 50, 60 yards.
That's incredible.
Alrighty, y'all gonna make another flip into this lay down over here. Here goes nothing. There we go. Oh yeah, just works so dang well from up here. See if we can finagle if anyone's home. Come on now. Y'all be sure to come stop on by for WeCast. I know we'll have this guy previewing here as well as the spinning rod version. So August 16th, y'all better be here, better see y'all's faces. It's gonna be an amazing show, amazing people gonna show up and show out. So August 16th, Lake Pro Tackle, y'all better be here for WeCast.